Yo,
So,
Hi.
how y'all doing? Y'all
How
waiting on
y'all
me?
feeling? How y'all feeling? I can't hear anything.
I've been saying all right for my whole life, so I'm gonna just continue with that.
I've been saying
yeah, what?
exhausted my whole life. I'm trying to stop saying that because they say that if you however you say you feel is the way that you're going to trick your mind into saying how you feel. So like I always say I'm tired, but I am 90% of the time tired. So
And the funny thing about it, like, that's my real answer, but anybody got time to listen to me complain about what I'm tired about? So I just be like, I'm all right.
oh fam, I'd be like, I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm tired. But it's not. Anyway, um, pivot. That was the basis of this convo, correct?
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to start with stuff I guess they jumped off the page or caught their ear?
Can I start it off in a different direction?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I want your opinions on something.
I'm
Okay.
here.
If y'all don't mind. Let me see. Where am I? Okay, so I will have to share my screen and then okay, Zoom. All right, so then share. Host disabled host disabled participants screen sharing.
Good job, Shamal.
Where is that at?
It should be,
Is it the green button?
yeah.
Share,
Yeah,
share,
I pushed it. I pushed the green button.
share.
Yeah, I pushed share.
Now what?
It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
I'm just pushing buttons right now. Is that it? Did that do
Ah,
something?
that's you.
You did it. Oh, look at your beautiful family.
What is going on? Oh,
You
how do I
shared
get
your
it off?
screen.
I don't know how to get up out this hoe.
You just
Can I
push
get up out of it? Top
before
share, top square, to top share, top square. All right. Host
So,
tools,
oh,
enable waiting room, hide profile, share screen, chat.
share screen should be. Oh,
so now I need to do it.
I would assume. I don't
Okay, there you go. Share that.
look at you.
All right, so
Hmm.
I just want your opinion, man, because I'm about to switch
ooh,
my name to C Smith Art. What do y'all think about this?
I love that.
I like that. Straight to the
You
point.
like that?
I love that. I love the pencil. Did you think about for it being a paintbrush though?
It'd probably be more recognizable if it was a paintbrush because I was trying to make sure that it was recognizable and I wasn't trying to pivot too much.
Yeah,
Look at that word pivot. To pivot too much away from what I had at first. But hey, that's a good idea though. Paintbrush might be more recognizable than that pencil, you know?
because when I see the C. Smith art, I with the pencil, I think about you writing. I think about like lyrics or writing. I think
Okay.
paintbrush, I would put it more toward kind of what you do. I mean, but it all depends on what gives the best vibe too. Like you might put the paintbrush there and say, nah, I like the pencil there. Because I know that's how you sign your signatures
Yeah.
in it. So you might not want to deviate too far from that. See which one feels better. But I love conceptually both of them. But I would think I like the paintbrush too, but
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
I was just thinking about that. Go ahead, Shimon.
no, I agree with the paintbrush. The other logo with all the colors in it, the pencil looks better. But I agree with this, with it being straight to the point, that the paintbrush will, you know what I mean, stick out a little more, if that makes sense.
Then I would have to change the way I sign my name because I was trying to get people to be like it be synonymous with when they sign my name. Like people be look like the video that the ad I got for you, Shimon, that I'm gonna do.
bless you.
He just said C Smith. So he was just like, he looked at the paint and would say C. Smith, and it's much more easier, you know what I'm saying, to communicate.
So C. Smith Art instead of C. Smith Productions or Smith Art Productions or
So I'm still gonna keep Smith Art Productions. That's just gonna be the production company, but everything is gonna be C. Smith Art, C. Smith Comics. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever I do is gonna just be C. Smith.
okay. Yeah, I like this though.
Appreciate it. All right, I just wanted to get your opinion on it
No, that's fine.
before I launch.
That's what's up.
One question I do have,
Yeah,
when you do a gold logo and the backing is black, like when you're going to put your logo on something, are you going to keep the back or are you going to transition it so that it's transparent so that you can have your logo on different merchandise and not have to have it boxed in? You might have to figure out if you want to do like an outline of the gold, like have it traced
yeah,
so that when you do a when you remove the background of your logo, unless you want the black to be a part of your logo. So it's black and gold. That's
Mhm.
something that you're going to want to consider because you might have to keep the box when you use when you're putting your logo on things versus having a
okay,
circular logo sign.
okay.
It might not be as visible if you have it like on a white shirt. You got the gold. It might have to make it metallic, or are you going to do,
Or it might just change the color up. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it might not be like for Instagram, it might just be like this. That's what I was thinking. I don't know. I mean, I want to be brand consistent,
yeah,
but I was thinking like I was only thinking about Instagram for instance. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like what I got going on is too cartoonish. If I want to start really getting into like fine art and stuff like that, I wanted to be more
This is definitely fine art.
yeah.
It definitely says that.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's dope though.
Yeah. All right, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I just wanted to
No, we
see
good.
what
That's what we
y'all take was, and then before I launch. Yeah.
What how are you going to launch, so to say?
I'm just gonna change the name. I'm gonna change the name on Instagram. Uh,
Like is that gonna be
I-
is that
go
gonna be
ahead.
is that gonna be like is it gonna be a visual change that we're gonna see like you're gonna post and show the change
Yeah,
happening or
I'm gonna do a post saying that the name has changed to C Smith Art, and then I'm going to do I'm still gonna keep Smith Art Productions around, but Smith Art Smith Art Productions around, but I think it's just gonna be like a production company. And with C Smith Art, that's going to be continue on being the name of what I do when I'm doing art,
so production? What do you mean by production? Like video?
like video content. You know what I'm saying? If I like some people want me to do like ads or something like that, or they want me to do like any visuals that I do, I'm going to like put it with Smith Art Productions. Like if I'm like consulting, not consulting, but if I have a client that's like, let's say they want me to do an ad or a logo, something like that, I feel like that'll probably be more like Smith Art Productions. But if I'm doing art, it's going to be mostly
Your art.
System of Art.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since you already got the mic, you can start the convo. You can bring the screen regular. So
All
it's
right.
hurting my eyes. Look at that little
I
box.
like,
Eyes.
huh?
Looking at little boxes hurting my eyes. I know I'm
Oh,
right.
yeah. So I like what Social Proof was talking about, like the fact about this pivoting, being able to keep up with the times, um, knowing like the example of how Ford transitioned from making cars, I mean making cars and then making tanks. And then the same thing with Harley Davidson doing the same thing with the motorcycles. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, I feel like that's something that needs to be paid more attention to in the sense of, especially in like in my business, like what do the customer base want? And the reality is that the customer base changes with time. Like they're not gonna always want the same. Your business has a up and then have a down, and nobody really wants to go out like Blockbuster. So the thought process is trying to find out or knowing what your customer wants so that you can keep ahead of what the market is demanding.
Okay, okay. You, Laurie?
So just so I don't screw this up.
Nope, you in the same boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hate you so much. Um, I can appreciate. Okay, so there was a couple notes that I took, right? Because I think something that resonated with me with the BEB one with regard to pivoting, right? Because I have this kind of strategic or business ADHD where it is I can come up with a million things. This is a good idea. This is a good idea. This is great. And they can legitimately be good ideas, but I will exhaust myself trying to explore the possibilities. And I think it's something that comes with discipline and being strategic and simplifying your methodology. And I think sometimes my mind gets so stuck on, I don't want to do it like everybody else did it. And I'm pretty sure I've said this before. There are systems in place because those systems work. And the more we try to be original and fight against the machine, the more sometimes you'll see some failures or some not us our business is not progressing the way that we want to see it because we don't want to do it like the system is. And I think sometimes we have to get out of our own way and jump into figure out these are proven systems for a reason. Now you can put your own spin on it, but you cannot deviate from this system and expect to get these amazing results. And so, I found that to be very beneficial or impressive to me was like recognizing that I do have this ADHD that has all these damn ideas. I want to do solve all the world's problems. I want to do community service. I want to do my consulting business. I want to do tall girl fashion. I want to do all the things. But it's like you got to pick a couple things. Like you can have multiple streams of income, but pick some things and be strategic and be able to figure out what you need to turn on and turn off. And so I just thought that that was, be strategic focused. And I say that in all of my lines of business is you got to be strategic. And I say it like professionally, and it's just hard to try to implement it for yourself. So you can get that advice, but you kind of need to turn around and tell yourself the same advice that you're giving other people. So what did you find interesting about it?
Um, Basically everything you said. Like I definitely confuse activity with progress and
Oh, that part. Oh
what you
yeah.
call busy work. Like that was a bar. Like I really felt like he was talking to me.
Yeah.
And lack of clarity. Like I don't like I know that's my problem. Like I don't really I really don't know what I want to do, and that's in multiple aspects. So then it's hard for me to sit down and actually figure that out because it's so frustrating, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it just prolongs the inevitable of you just not figuring shit out though. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the reason why I really wanted this. But
Let me ask you a question on that though. What do you feel like it'll be so much motion, like you're doing so much, and then at one point you'll sit down and actually figure it out and you'll be like, that shit wasn't hard at all. I think sometimes we overanalyze. I don't know if y'all did this before. I have overanalyzed the shit out of a task and was like, oh, this thing is haunting me. And it's been going on for like weeks. Like I was working with a couple of different influencers and I needed to send some packages out. One person didn't give me their information, and this thing haunted me about all the packages that I needed to sit down. get the packages together, come up with the script, like what I would like them just to hit on, like the so that they don't have to do it themselves. Like these are key features that I want you to kind of mention or that you should know about so when you're talking to the audience. So just getting the package together for them. This thing haunted me for like 3 weeks because I was waiting for one person so I can send them all out together. It took me 20 minutes to do everybody's, to get the packages together. And I'm just sitting here like, I literally talked myself was like I got so much to do. I got to do this. I got to put these things together. But when I sat down and got focused, it took me 20 minutes. And I'm like, the proof is in the like our headspace can be so cloudy. Can
Mhm.
be sometimes it's just sit down and be deliberate and be disciplined to get these things done that we know that we need to get ahead of. I think sometimes we just the thought of doing it is harder than the actual work itself.
I know I definitely have a overthinking problem. I don't think it's where I think my problem is I don't know how to say this humbly. I tend to bump into success and I don't never jump on it and hone it. Or you know what I mean? I just, oh, that was good, celebrate it, and then I just don't make sure it continues to happen. And then something else will happen. I don't want to like so I can make stuff happen. My whole thing is about continuing that motion. You know
Doing the
what I mean?
analysis to see what did I do to make this happen? Is that repeatable?
Yeah, and even if I do that, then the ADHD pops in. Then
Yeah,
something else happens, and like I said, because I tend to bump into something that works. You know, I
yeah,
know the podcast it worked, clothing line it worked, but I never okay. Let me do this. Like actually do this, build the foundation, and just do it. I just oh, you want a hoodie? Yeah, all right. I don't really. There's no real plan about it. You know what I mean? And like I said, then when it's time to sit down and actually make the plan, I think I beat myself up about
yeah,
fact that I don't have that plan. And then
yeah,
something else, so I allow something else to grab my attention. I just go do that real quick. You know what I mean? So that's why I think that all go back to lack of clarity. And then not to jump all the way to the end, but I'm very interested in that 90-day pivot plan.
yeah,
I keep it on to Sean. I suggested the social proof, but I didn't listen to it because I didn't hear back from y'all. So when you did say the BEB joint, I'm just using the notes that I already had. You know what I mean? So I definitely don't want you to not bring up stuff you heard from that because, like I said, both of them is about pivot. So I think this conversation we both pull from both of the podcasts that we heard. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so was Donnie on there? I mean, I don't know why that's a question, but was Donnie on there?
Yeah, I listened to both of them. So
Okay,
yeah, he
okay.
was on there. You said Donnie yeah, he was on there.
No, Donnie the lady. Donnie the
the
lady.
lady.
Yeah, she was on there.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, all right.
Why you say it like that?
Like I said, I ain't gonna say I dislike her. It's just
She
Is
got
it her voice?
money. I
it's
just
just
The
shook
she
her.
got
voice?
money and she gonna remind you
She
all the
got
time. And it's like, and it's funny because it's
money.
like I feel
So it's
like
not the
David,
voice, it's what she talking about.
yeah, and I feel like David has money also, but he knows how to he knows who he talking to and how
Yeah,
to keep them engaged. Like he'll put a nigga off, but like I said, that's sometimes that's on the listener. Like if
yeah,
you
yeah,
that's on you, nigga. Because I remember that's how I was with Earn Your Leisure. I didn't like how one of them talked because he talked. I just didn't like the way he talked. You know what I mean? But that could have just been something personal about me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's a whole rant I went on for no apparent reason. But so what else did you get from Social Crew? What were they talking about?
I mean, that's the main thing I got from it, just being able to pivot with the times. You know what I'm saying? And
It's like keeping up
understand
with the times.
knowing what your market wants. You know what I'm saying? Like they use Blockbuster as an example. Like I said, they were talking about saying that some people don't want to listen to look at politics and they don't want to, you know what I'm saying, figure out what's going on in the world. But they were saying they started off saying that hey, government has is can impede upon your business. You
yeah,
know, I mean, because they started talking about war. So then that's how they pivot into like Ford and saying that Ford started providing um vehicles and tanks for the war. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was just, they was just talking about how you just got to know your customer base. I summarize it as you got to know your customer. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay stagnant thinking that just because I've been doing this the whole time that that's how it's going to be. And that's how you fail because you think that something is going to be somewhere, just like, like for instance, Blockbuster, they thought that it was going to be on the top of the world forever, but they didn't pivot with the times. And so they started talking about trying to think. It was another company they said to start, going more towards online versus they was like they asked like why he said somebody he asked us like why you gonna still try to get a kiosk in the mall, and he was like, but it's a different time now. He said back in that time it was good for that time. He says, but right now he says what you need to be doing is trying to really push your whatever you're doing online. He says he was talking about how in 2020 a lot of people were doing COVID were just going through and just being like they were moving more to online. So they said a lot of companies moved towards online, like exercise people started doing stuff online and just try to curtailing it to their customer. So
Do
I
you feel
just
that works for you? Do you feel that works for you though, being more in person or more online? I mean, I know you have to do both, but which one you feel works better for you?
it's hard to say. Like I feel like I don't have enough data to really because like I said, like the last two times when I was at the mart, I mean at third Saturday, I sold directly on site, like sold two paintings. So in one instance, I just depends on where I'm at. And if I'm at a Comic Con where I know that hey, ain't nobody there, or everybody there is going to be about um this comic book related stuff, then I'm gonna do pretty well because that market is like geared toward that industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so for like third Saturday, it was good because I mean, it was cool because a lot of people came out. It was already about, they a gallery and everything. So more people, more artists people who like art are coming out there to buy art. So they already know what it is that they want to buy. And so if I have something that can meet that need, then I'm gonna do all right. As far as online sales, I don't know how. I mean, I make sales offline, but it's usually like I said, it's mostly like somebody'll know me and be like, "Hey, yeah, I want you to do something." But I think I want to pivot, like we was talking about. Like I want to pivot and start doing these ads because I feel like I was talking about, like I'm only getting the people in my circle, and I'm not getting out of that. So
Hmm.
I definitely need to do that. But I feel like the first step for me was to like change my logo because there's no need of putting out an ad for Smith Art Production if I'm going to change the branding. And so now, like now that I can change the brand, I can say, all right, I can start making these ads.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. What about you? How do you feel about that? Like, are you better on in person or online?
I feel I'm trash at both because I don't do enough consistently. But yeah, I get like that a lot. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Because with the online stuff, I don't do my homework to do the data to see what my online stuff did. Like far as my posts and everything, to see the research, see which one actually worked, which one actually got. Like if you got a customer, fuck it, that's cool. I just work off that. I don't really do see which post did this, what time, all that type of stuff. Opposed to me walking around with some garments on and somebody seeing it and me starting a conversation, and next thing you know, he's like, "Oh, you made that," and then me making the sale. Cause like a lot of time, my problem is I don't finish that sale in conversation. Like I told you, like I have my junk on, somebody be like, "Oh yeah, that's on five." Like thanks, man. And I go my business, forgetting like, nigga, that was a sale. What am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, or like I think my whole customizing thing is kind of my drawback also because I want you to feel like yours is different than everybody else. Like I want you to have a unique joint. You know what I mean? But it's like because I have that type of avenue, I don't have 25 of them on me at any time. So when you see it, like, oh yeah, I got one here, you take this one. You know what I mean? I want you to, but at the same time, like it's funny 'cause I was talking about this at the field the other day when I gave somebody because I threw somebody one of these joints because he bought a couple pieces or whatever. And he was like, I was like, yeah, I don't really be making money off this. It just feels good to see people in my stuff. You know what I mean? He's like, you always gotta make money, even if it's $5. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how much I make. Like that's actually the exact amount I make. It's funny you said five. but it was like it's all custom because like I play on a lot of different teams, so I won't buy their jersey. I just get my shit in their colors. So the last season, a couple of my teammates was on this team with me, so I got all of us the same thing. You know what I mean? So then I turn around and my dude like, "Well, I like that. Let me get one." And it's just because I had it on. You know what I mean? I think I told y'all. And the next day I seen him, I'm like, "Oh my bad, I couldn't get it like this." It's like, bro, I just want to support no matter what you got. But I wanted to make sure his looked like exactly how you know what I mean? Like his name's Green Beanie, so I wanted to be black with green. That makes sense. You know, I want your shit to be custom, but like sometimes that time sometimes that slows me up. I look on some of my niggas that who just put out like 5 pieces of bulk sales, they can get them off because. But then again, I don't know. That's the whole clarity and confusion about what I really want. You know what I mean? Because like I said, $5 to $10 profit off a piece is not really weighing that against the pride of seeing people in my stuff. That makes sense. Like when you're chasing money or you just like the feeling of it. Did that make sense?
I think you need to be able to do both, right? You need to be able to do both. And I think one thing that you, what's a good word?
You ain't got sugarcoat, but go ahead.
The one thing that you are underestimating yourself on is like you got these, the way that you put the stories up, the way that you put, like you have the content to push it out and boost it and then have it. Like the joint that you had with the different fucking hoodies and shit, you should have boosted the fuck out of that with a link to your landing page for people to be able to customize whatever. And we need to get together so we can work on your website. But like your pieces, like your that shit where you was just showing, like tapping and showing your different shit kind of just flowing off. It's like, I need to get this motherfucker to make my shit like that. Like you have this unique ability, like you said, like you bumping into things, like yeah, you bump it, like you have some great content, but to take it to the next level and be strategic so that you can turn this thing that you love to do is like, yeah, this is my business or whatever. I can, if you outfit your team, whatever, I can give you a couple of free custom ones. And that way you making money and they getting some free shit.
Are you a black business owner? Are you a black business supporter? And maybe you're a black business owner supporting other black businesses. Are you supporting a black business owner whose business is supporting the business of being black? Whether you own it, support it, or live it, rock the shirt that says it all. Available now. Because we just don't do business. We are the business.
But it's just like your boys are going to support you for the most part. For the, for the most part, we've talked about that. But then there's also when they say that, oh, because they're the next team that's going to need some shit, they might be like, oh, my boy does that. And then let me give you his flyer, or let me take you to his fucking website, and then they can have all these things that you're able to do from a media perspective, letting them show your shit. Like I was like, yeah, I definitely need him. And I will pay him to make some fucking shit with my hoodies on there or whatever, just so they can see. That would be so dope. I don't even know how the fuck you did it, but I would like that. But you
Yeah,
have, like,
I
we
be
are
my
the,
own worst enemy
like,
sometimes.
my God, it's like we definitely, I say myself too. It's just like I have these plans and these ideas. Like we're doing a liquidation sale right now. And I'm getting these huge orders.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, after I got this call, I'm going to film a me packing a liquidation sale. This lady bought two robes, a satin set. Like the order would have been 400 and some odd dollars. But with the sale, it's like half of that. And I want to pack it. I want to pack it. But I'm just like, am I going to do it? Probably not. I want to. In my heart, I want to, but I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock,
And it's
9:30,
funny, they go back to the whole, and then when you sit down and do it, it take like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. And I found a new application, that one with that made the AI me, that will also take a video that you make. You can throw that bitch in there and it will make it. It will. Did I send that one to you? The new one?
I don't think you
I
said the
saw
new
the
one.
I saw the two old ones, the one
Okay, you saw the
it
two
was
old ones.
you and then
Okay,
the one
so
at the top.
if you
Yeah.
go to
The
my
Asian one?
no, not
Huh?
the Asian one. Though, okay,
Oh,
so
I see that one.
You got
my
the
hair's
Asian
like this.
lady.
My hair's like this, and it's me talking. And when I say it throws, I'm just talking about the liquidation cell. It throws the words up there. It highlights it. The AI did it. The AI highlighted the words that I was saying. Talking about you're not going to want to miss this. We're releasing it the 4th of July. It put some white people up with 4th of July shit on. Mind you, I told Charlene I didn't necessarily want it to be 4th of July driven, but it was like I've talked about we want to get some of the stuff out of our warehouse. It threw a picture of a warehouse with the clothes on the rack. I was like, oh my God. Like editing is my close that door, thank you. Editing is my I don't know anybody who's like, yeah, I love this. I don't want to do it. I want someone else to do it. And it did it for me. I just threw it in there. It took 3 minutes. I walked away, I came back, and it was this dope ass thing that I was just able to kind of throw up there.
So you have an AI app for commercials or videos now? What do you use
It's
besides?
that same one that the one that created my avatar also will edit your whatever your media is to produce something that you can just throw up on Instagram or TikTok. I'm going to take the same ones that I created and put it on TikTok because I haven't done anything with TikTok yet. We've been talking for a while. I haven't done shit with it. It's too much information. I can't. I can't do it. I'm not ready to
So
dive.
what are they using? Like, what are you using?
It's
Uh,
called it's called Captions. I found it. What is that?
I got to start doing stuff.
which
It's
is a small.
I got to start doing stuff, man. I got to stop bullshit, bro.
Me too.
Ah,
called Captions. This one right here.
okay.
So it's that one right there. And then in this particular one, so mind you, the fee that I paid for this particular one, I think it was $10 a month. And I'm like, I pay that for some like different like photo editing stuff, right? And now mind you, I wanted people to know about the cell. I didn't care. I didn't have any makeup on. My hair was like this. I was in a jumper. And it was just like it's AI edit and you can pick the kind of theme. But it looked like this. Real quick, we're having our liquidation sale July 4th. Everything must go. Super excited to do this because we have some really big things that we're trying to get done for the tall community. Taking everybody's words into consideration, taking everybody's sizes into consideration, and we think that we have some really good plans for the tall community. But first, get some of this stuff out of the warehouse. So
Where y'all warehouse at?
something. Because once it's gone. So white people, mark your calendars, July 4th, be there.
I did fourth colors on and everything.
Yep. You guys,
That's dope though.
listen, you know I got a studio in the basement. Have you been down there yet?
I have not been down there.
Holy shit. Okay, so
Wait. Oh, whoa, word. My fault. I just seen the basement again. I just remember how the basement was set up. So it's not. It's
you've seen, okay, so you know when you go downstairs and then there's like
to
the
the right.
cave, right? There's the cave, the bar, and then where Nelson plays PlayStation. If you go to the right, from the front of my house to the back of my house is my studio.
Yeah.
I have a candle making station. I got racks where all of the quantities, the inventory is, and I got a place where I pack orders down there too.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I remember the space. I'm just picturing what you could have done with it though. Okay.
oh yeah, because I had all the shelves. I painted
Yeah.
everything. I got everything racked. I got all the robes, all the everything. All my inventory fits there. Like I got a place. I got a photography place in the back where I can take pictures and stuff in the back where that got the easel and the yeah, yeah.
That should be motivating too. You got a little like basically got a warehouse you can go to and just get motivated in. That's because that was one of my questions I had a couple weeks ago. I never asked. Like, where is that space that makes you that push you in that zone to get work done? Do y'all have a space like that? Is it
Um,
is it is it is it is it there? Is it just somewhere with headphones at? What is it for you to get you in that keep you in that working mood?
mine is
in my
definitely in
office.
my
Yeah,
office.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my office kind
Just
of.
right here where we at.
I had to reorganize everything, so now I got more space. So now it's like, all right, I can kind of
I
do it.
like a lock and a light. A lock and a light. Like a light, when that light's on, please don't bring your ass in here. Do not come in here. A light
Your
is
air
on
joint.
red. Like stay out and
You got to put a sign, neon sign, do not disturb.
shut your ass up. That's all it was. Shut your ass up. Do not come in here. Like during COVID was the worst times. I would be on the call with a general and a little naked motherfucker will run in here. Not naked, but with his drawers on. And I'm just like, now you get to see the other side of me. But like, so
Like mine's is like the stairs is right here, and then their rooms is over here, and I'll be like,
Oh, okay.
be
Okay.
hating that. And then I'll be like, yo, I'll tell them, hey man, don't come through here while I'm. But then they'll be like, Psst, I gotta get something. I'll be like, bro,
You see a head pop up over there.
yo,
Look
like
on screen. Everybody just the whole time looking at the screen. Oh
that's why I
man.
wish I had like a little spot where I could just have my own little like enclosed office. It's not,
Yo.
you
I
know.
know I know sometimes I have deliveries to these WeWorks.
oh yeah,
You talking about motivate? That feeling,
that part,
what?
that part, that
We
part.
works. What is that?
It's just office building is like some people have a small like
You
cubicle
rent
glass
spaces.
situation. It's like it's just like one floor got like 20 businesses in there because they all got a small little section, like little
Yeah.
office. It's like a
Oh,
big
it's
old
like
like
one of them rented,
yeah,
Work. Yeah.
rented
yeah,
spaces that you can get.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I know one place I delivered to, it's like his space is basically a closet. It's so small. But on that row, it's like 10 of them. And it's just, I guess it's like,
It's a booth.
huh?
Silent. It blocks out noise and get in there and you can work.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
have no choice but to come in here and work, and then
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
walk out, you might bump into another idea. Like that's the beauty of it to me. Like you
Yeah.
just see it. I just walked in here to see a bunch of businesses, a bunch of motherfucking entrepreneurs, or a bunch of. That's one thing I noticed too on doing delivery. Like there's so many. We just think about the franchises and the big businesses or whatever, but there's so many. Like you go down the street and just a small, like one of them brown buildings that have a whole bunch of individual businesses in them. Like somebody that's a small business owner right there. Like that's
Yeah.
like very motivating to me. Like seeing that type of stuff,
Yeah.
like that's like very goddamn motivating to me. You know what I mean? Like especially the
But
WeWorks.
that's the bread and butter of America, man. Small
Yeah,
businesses. Like,
We
yeah.
have a space rented out on July 14th in Gaithersburg, a workspace that me and my founders, the four of the founders are getting together for the contracting intelligence group and
Okay.
going down our like the capability statements and all that stuff, but we're going in and working in there in person. We're gonna have drinks afterwards, and it's just but I mean, our business primarily is remote because that's another thing on the podcast. It was talking about like, and I wrote this down because I want to make sure that it is embedded in my core. Like, I want my work to, how did he say it? Because I like the way he said it. Um, it's pretty much, I can't even read my own handwriting. Like, have the way that you live around, not be the way that you work. Like, I want to just live life and then also do something that works around the way that I just live. I don't want to work to live. And so I think too many times, and I think with my job with the federal government, I just worked all the time, work, 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 and then try to fit my life in. And then now with running above the crowd and running this contracting intelligence group, it's like, yeah, I get to build these really fantastic things, but I also get to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And the struggles that people are having with trying to find like the job market sucks. People are having to go through I need to talk to HR, I need to do an interview, I need to do another in-person interview. Like there's 4 steps that they have to get through just to see if they got a job or not. And they're still not selected. And then people saying, "Oh, well, you're not qualified for this particular one." Not me, because I'm not applying for shit else ever again. I'm always going to be my own boss. Like you're not going to give me the okey fucking doke, and I'm not going to sit here and beg and plead for a position with your organization after we just got shitted on by the government. But it's just like I don't want to do it, and it's like this freedom that I get to do what I want, and I get to be who I want to be for my kids because I feel like they got the shitty end of the stick with me just being a successful business person. was a shitty mom, was a shitty wife. I'm not saying shitty, that might be harsh words, but it was like I wasn't everything that I could be. I did as much as I could in the time that I could, but it was like they lost a lot of me just not being present because I was working so much. But now it's like I can do whatever the fuck I want to be and choose or redefine who I want to be. And then that's going to take discipline for me to get out this whole kind of what I used to do. But
Yeah, he
burning
do
out,
always talk about the fact that he's always able to make it to his kids' games and stuff.
yeah.
That's definitely something you want to be able to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Repeat that, Jamal. What'd you
He
say?
always talk about the fact that his kids' teammates would always be like, "Damn, damn, does your dad ever work? Cause he always at the game." But it's like my life
Oh,
allowed the lifestyle that I've built has allowed me to be able to make all the games. I don't miss no practice. I don't miss anything. So he always bragged on that. So I definitely understand what you're saying a lot. I definitely because I had to miss a couple I had to miss a couple events this year. You know, I had to miss. I couldn't go Friday when she was down there, and I could have took off, but it's like I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
not really what you
Yeah.
want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just that though. But yeah, what else?
When I was I knew you were the one for me. Come through, take the sound. I swear the whole world could do you empty. Right around.
Clarify
that
you mean?
Wawa. Remember you were talking about Wawa?
Oh yeah. Well,
How did y'all
I
feel
didn't.
about that? Like when he was talking about Wawa and he was just saying that he just liked the model of Wawa, like, how they made sure the food was separate and nobody else do it. And he was doing the comparison to 7-Eleven, like in the sense that, 7-Eleven got that crappy food, you know what I'm saying? But Wawa got a better selection of food, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They got
and
people that just work over there opposed to 7-Eleven. Anybody can get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then being
Anybody
able
put the hot
to
Serve
dog
your
in it.
own. You don't know who touched that goddamn hot dog.
But you hoping ain't the niggas you see. None of these niggas like
You'd be like,
nigga just took
how long
nigga
that
just
Jay
took
been up
somebody
there all
nigga just
day?
took somebody dirty ass 20 and then
right.
come grab your hot dog and turn it over. Fuck out of here, nigga. Who has cash? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that to a Dunkin' Donuts dude, man. The manager, like at that, man, I just was watching him, right? He wanted like hand him, he had gloves on, handing him the money. And then dude went in there with the same gloves and grab. He ain't get no tongs. He just
You would be
grabbed
like, dude, that's cocaine on them
it.
dollars. Look.
Like, bruh. I like, man, get my money back. He's like, no, okay. He was like, do you want another one? I said, man, you the manager. I know all these jokes been touched by you. Like, my money, man.
Oh man. So
But in the same thread, like when we talk about companies growing with the times, I listened to this one podcast that was talking about how it wasn't a podcast, it was it doesn't matter what it was. It was talking about how Chewy's business was growing with people and they went to subscription based. So with the subscription based, it was like you got a dog, you you sign up for the subscription, your food is going to show up every month. And I was like, but the way that Chewy was growing, it was when you find out that he was like, one thing about dogs is a dog is going to die. And then if you don't, well, you're not thinking about turning off your subscription when your dog passed away. When that box of food shows up, that's heartbreaking for for the dog owner. So, but what Chewy put into their program was if your dog passes away and they ship you a box, they will refund your money, tell you to donate the food or what have you, and then the next thing they do is they send you flowers with a card for your dog that passed away. And it was like, and that's how they have returning customers because they give a fuck. They didn't say give a fuck, but they give a fuck. And they have this program as okay, if someone says my dog passed away or I no longer have this dog, they will refund your money for your subscription. They're not going to ask no questions and they're going to send you flowers and say our condolences. And I was like, and that's the way that people are kind of moving to be more of an empathetic or compassionate company when in this world that doesn't have any fucking empathy for anybody. But it's just like it's growing with time. That's how you retain customers. Like what are you doing to grow grow and feel what your customers like, finding that thing that makes you, finding that thing that makes your company, and leaning in on it as it, as you change. And that was one thing that had people coming back and coming back. They're growing with the times.
I think community. That's kind of what I heard from that. Like
Yeah.
finding your community and doing right by your community,
Yeah.
you will do well. Like it's just kind of that simple. A lot of times, I think he said, you know, what I mean, a lot of people you be trying to reach everybody. You end up reaching nobody. But you find your niche, you find your community, you do right by them, and and then you're not just like I said, shooting darts at the wall. Or you're not just shooting out shots. You know exactly what you're doing because you know, quote unquote, who your avatar is. Like, yes, I think.
You threw me off with that.
What happened?
You threw me off with that for
You-
a minute, the Avatar. And I was like, Avatar, because when I think of Avatar, I'm thinking about
Think of a
Avatar,
game.
caricature, personality, something. And then when the more, I listened, I was like, oh, it's kind of just like, know your market.
Customer.
Yeah, your
Yeah, like
customer base, your
that's
market.
what you got from them too. Like your avatar is like your customer, knowing who your customer is.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Same thing. Um, like I said, at the end he said something about a 90-day pivot plan, and
yeah.
he definitely talked about not pivoting out of something. I forgot what it was, but make sure you pivot with direction or pivot with intention, but not to pivot out of
Out of fear or struggle
whatever
or emergency. It was like there's a
bad
problem.
word.
Shit, what was it? I know it's exactly what you're talking about. It's just like,
Yeah,
don't pivot, don't pivot because out of like, oh my God, horrible people.
yeah, it's eating me up too. But like I said, that whole 90-day pivot plan, I'm really focus, execute, and refine. Is that refine? That might be define or refine. I don't know. It's chicken. Just
Refine it.
refine.
Iterative process.
Okay.
It's just like agile. Like if you talk to anybody in the stupid ass army, I'm never going to get some of this shit out of my head. But it's like an agile process. You look and see what's kind of working, what's not working, take it back and run it through the process again.
Okay.
Is you're in the process of refining it. You think about what you're doing with yourself. You want self-improvement. You're going to keep on trying to go through things. This didn't work. I'm going to do it a different way. Find what success looks like and march that way and make sure that you're um being deliberate and analyzing what's working, because that's my thing. Is like sometimes things will work. And it sounds like it might be y'all's things a little bit too. Things will work, and we don't kind of lean into those things, those proven systems that work. We kind of, oh, that's another shiny thing. Let me try to do that one. I need to get out of the shiny fucking things. But I also do know, and this is just something that I'm coming to my own conclusions on, just like this group, our group, how we push and motivate each other to do things or whatever. And I seen like substantive growth in like Chauncey's stuff because he's like posting every day and like kind of trying to, I'm getting a little bit more motivated, a little bit more comfortable with my contracting intelligence group with the four of us, maybe potential, like in a potential, another owner. So motivated, and we all have our different areas. So that even when you have a day, like when you start to feel burnt out, you still got these other motors running to push it, to push the company a little bit further. And so sometimes when we operate by ourselves without either assistance or without a sounding board or without somebody else to kind of keep the ball rolling, because not if we burn out, when we burn out, we all have the mentality of burning out. We need some assistance that somebody to kind of lift us up, somebody to speak life into us. Because just this week I had to tell some of the founders that I'm burnt out. And I need to take a step back because I know that I did a lot, but I did a lot. So I was like, I need to take a break. And then the foundation of our business is we're not allowing burnout. If you feel like you come to burnout, take a step back so that you can put your best foot forward, going forward. So having those partners is good. Like-minded people,
Yeah.
nothing better.
Any closing notes, y'all?
uh,
So you were able to listen to both of them though?
I listened to a big quantity of both of them. I'll put that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably check the social proof junk out today. Did either one of y'all get a chance to listen to that The motivational joke I sent y'all?
I just told you I was burnt out, nigga. And it's just like,
Yeah. Oh, snap.
Hey, I was like, man, this nigga ain't respond back to me at all. Then I got Bobo come at 7:30. I'm like, man, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I forgot I don't know what it was I sent y'all, but it's just something that hit with me.
I am going to listen to it though. So
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it too.
we're going to talk about it. That's going to be our homework. In addition,
Like I said, I'll send y'all the joints to see whether y'all want to talk about those on the show. But then sometimes, like I said, every morning I just do the same podcast and it's just a motivational, somebody's motivational speech. So sometimes when they hit, I'll send those to y'all just for y'all to listen to. Like I said, if something y'all get from y'all want to bring to the show, that's cool too. With me, this is just like, yo, this motivated me, might motivate you type shit. You know what I mean? But
No, I just heard her respond. She was like, I just told you. I was like that.
that's how it be, nigga.
Let's get one thing straight. Taller than your daddy isn't just about height. It is the clapback of all clapbacks for the vertically blessed. It's about presence. It's about commanding respect without saying a word. You walk in and the energy shifts because you know you stand above the crowd. This line is for men and women who move like leaders, who carry the kind of confidence that makes people take notice. Taller than your daddy by above the crowd, it's not just fashion, it's a statement. Shop the collection now at abovethecrowdclothing.com because being tall ain't just about inches, it's about impact.
What you doing for the 4th, Sean?
I don't even know, man. I'm thinking about going. I might go to the beach or I usually just cook out, or either go to the pool or something like that. I don't know. I haven't narrowed it down. I kind of want to do something different, but I want to go to the beach and just paint and maybe like maybe the first half of going to the beach paint and just record it. I just ain't trying to deal with that sand, man. That cleanup, you're a beast.
yeah.
All them kids with sand all in their shoes. But I might do that. What about y'all? What y'all got planned?
I'm going to Earth.
We just
You
eating.
going to? You say her like you going to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. You pointed that way, but look on my screen is it's damn.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh no, she
So on your screen is that way?
Yeah, my talking right here, yeah.
I was like, where are you going?
Yeah, I think we're coming up on early Friday morning, La. Anybody coming on?
Y'all cooking
Anybody coming
out?
down?
Just Nelson's brothers, and then probably Charlene and B.
Okay, that's a bet. That's a bet.
Y'all cooking on the grill?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Okay.
it. It's just a grilling day. Ain't nothing special about it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, because we were talking about, was that last week we were talking about
Yep.
Juneteenth and niggas not knowing what to do on Juneteenth, but they know what to do on the 4th. They're like, bitch, just start doing what you do on the 4th on Juneteenth. We can start there. We can figure everything else out after that.
It is true.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
That's what I
sensitive.
did on Juneteenth. I grilled out.
Yep.
I went to the pool.
Man, that's perfect, nigga. That's perfect, nigga.
Yeah.
Somebody would invite me to a cookout, I would do the same thing, but no, I went to work because I got bills to pay. Fuck y'all, y'all ain't doing shit. But I ain't gonna sit at home. Y'all watch Ironheart yet? I ain't even do that, but
Ironheart?
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of it.
You not a Marvel head, Law?
No.
Oh.
No. Sorry. I'm gonna have to opt out of this conversation.
Oh shit. We another good convo I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All
One
right.
day I asked you early enough in the conversation for this media suite tutorial. But yeah.
The media suite tutorial?
Is it media suite? Because that's what it's called.
You talking about
Oh,
Metaverse?
yeah. For the
Metaverse, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the app is called something different. And I don't really like it. Because I don't use, I guess because I don't use Facebook as much as I should.
Nobody likes the shit. The shit's dumb, but we
Okay.
have to do it. I'm just like, it's a no, we have to fucking do it. So no one likes it. Nobody likes the TikTok bullshit. I'm sorry. It's too
How much?
much. Someone needs to tell them. Somebody needs.
So when you use business, so you're throwing everything up on Facebook and Instagram
No,
at
I do
once?
everything on Instagram and it throws it on Facebook.
Okay.
I don't do anything on Facebook. Facebook is, I
I
don't
like it.
like it.
Yeah.
I feel like
Do
Facebook,
you post on TikTok too?
I am supposed to be. I'm actually going to take the
Me
things that I
too.
have created. And let me tell you, what I know, what I know is that TikTok converts better than anything because the way that it releases information out, it will test your audience and then it will expose you to more. You are just broadcasting to your existing audience on Instagram unless you boost it and then create kind of the audience that you want to potentially see it. And so
You gotta pivot.
like, you gotta pivot,
Yeah.
you gotta focus. And
Yeah.
actually, my homegirl said she was going to sit down with me because I told her my overwhelmness of it. She
Mhm.
has been working with TikTok, the agency. Like she actually has been sponsored by them to fly out there and do certain brands, and she's actually changing the game with them about having like a tall category for it. Like she's doing some really amazing things with TikTok, and she's going to sit down with me. And when she sits down with me, I'll sit down with y'all because but like I'm not going to there's way too much shit. There's way too much. There's a tutorial on this, a tutorial on that, a tutorial on this. You're going to tutorial me to death, and I can't figure out where I'm supposed to start. But I'm gonna post a video and see what happens.
Yeah, 'cause when you post a video, you definitely get more views over there. More
Yeah,
random people
Yeah.
views, though.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know why you did like I resonate with what you were saying. Like you find you like you bump into success and then you just be like, why I be thinking about why don't they keep on doing it?
Yeah,
Like
why don't keep posting on TikTok? Like it be commas on TikTok, so nigga like it be crickets over here. All my just got a comma on TikTok. Like, why
right.
am I not posting here more? No, I don't understand
Yeah,
this shit, dog.
yeah,
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because when you go on TikTok, you end up in a rabbit hole.
yep,
yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. I
yep.
just started figuring out Instagram. Like when everybody was on Instagram, I was still on Facebook. Now I can't let that happen with TikTok.
Oh man.
But there are people. So just not to prolong it, the people who do um the Dubai chocolate. Because she actually just came back from this little TikTok like symposium thing, whatever. And she was talking to the different CEOs, the lady from Cakes, the man from Dubai Chocolate, and how much money they make on just that platform, not from their business perspective, from just TikTok. And it was like, oh, this month it was like 8 million. Oh, this month I had a five, I had a $1 million month, or I had a whatever $1 million month. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What do you mean?
There's so much money out here.
Like, why?
I don't think we understand how much money is out here.
So, like,
It's like
what?
a bunch of random dummies making like $1 million a day.
Like,
Sitting there like,
what? And I'm sitting here trying to fight, struggle, and scream to get. I'm excited about the $1,000 I made today. Like,
That's good though.
yay! Like,
That's good. Hey, shoot.
made a $5 profit on this piece that my homeboy took a picture with. I felt good off that. Nigga, what we talking
Yeah.
about, nigga?
it be the small wins, but
Yeah.
But you gotta like celebrate them Jays because
you
you won't
have
have the
to.
energy to keep on doing it. Like, so you gotta be like, yo, I did that. You know what I'm
I
saying? Like,
do.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
that
God
was
is
that
not
was
going to
tight.
give you
You know what I
everything.
mean?
He's not
Huh?
going to make you $1 million company. You need to feel the struggle first. So
Yeah.
that you are grown, you do things right, you are disciplined. And now, when I give you this audience, like he can't give me 1 million people to be buying. I don't got that much quantities yet.
Yeah.
So it's just like you have to feel the pain, know the shit that you don't want to do. I don't want to do marketing. I don't want to do social media. I don't want to fucking do the sizing and the grading for shit. Like, my God, like what's like literally building the sizes. Like what dimension is this size person going to be? How long? What the I don't want to do any of that shit. I want to approve designs, put that out and send it to my production teams and send that shit to my marketing team and send
CEO. You want to be the CEO.
that's
You know
it.
what I'm
That's
saying?
what I am.
Like
But I'm
delegate,
goddamn CEO, marketing,
delegate everything. Like,
accountant.
shoot.
What the fuck? Photographer, the fucking model. I ain't never wanted to model. Like, what the hell? They're like, you should model. I do it by, I ain't got nobody else. Like, I don't want to do it. But hopefully these packages I send out, there's some dope girls that, hopefully I will continue to work with them and then help them grow because it's the stuff that I don't want to do. I don't want to do consistent content creation. I'm gonna give you the clothes so that you can do all the things your heart desires, and then allow you to meet the different tall brands that I know so that you can do it for them too. And then we'll grow together. I don't want to do that shit at all. None of it. None of it. At all. Sorry.
Before we get out of here, what's next for you, Sean?
What's next?
Erica Badu. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Can you see it? Dang, you can't even see it.
Wait.
That's AI.
Because you can see the hand.
I'm
That's next.
the AI joint.
You better be pulling out Erica.
This Lauren Hill, you can't even see it.
Oh, wait, bring her closer.
You can't see it because of the pencil. You can't see it.
I can see it.
Oh,
I
okay.
can
Yeah,
see
I
it.
can't see it. I can't see it. Okay.
Did somebody already claim that?
Huh?
Did somebody already claim that?
You did.
Just a reminder.
Louis Shabal said, "Yo, that's dope. Hey, that's yeah. I like that." And then you just keep on walking. If you want it, it's for you.
That's a bet.
Putting that shit in my studio, and then I can come down and
Hey, well then look, I'm about to put this down and start working on Lauren Hill. Then.
Bet that.
That part. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, but before I go, it's some major stuff happening in Virginia though, man. I don't want to keep up longer. Michael Vick supposed to be the coach of Norfolk State, right?
Yeah.
And then the mayor, he's supposed to be backing it. So it's gonna be some stuff happening.
Okay.
In Virginia, man.
HBCUs, man.
Let's go.
Yeah. But I know y'all want to go.
No,
All right.
I gotta find out. Yeah, I guess I gotta find a way to capitalize on that.
Can I get a matching shirt too though?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yay.
I need to you mentioned something about me doing some shirts for you, like some logos and stuff. If you still want that.
Yes, but I'm gonna wait until you finish my other shit first before I think on some other things.
They put
Yes,
two
ma'am.
things in front of a nigga.
Because I got ideas. You be working with me all year long.
My hands be like this.
Right. My strong hand. All right, y'all.
All right,
y'all.
I'll talk to y'all.
All right.
First chronic, been addicted to the chronic. Used to be sticks and seeds, now it's strictly hydroponic. If it's polo, I got it. Right after they design it, I'm iconic for spitting bars that's psychotic now. True story, LSD, we the prequel. We just getting started like preschool. Let me teach you, this is what we do.